Hello and welcome to a special one-shot actual play of Punted in the Bonce. This adventure was essentially the precursor to Tuffguys, which was an expansion to Wise Guys for Savage Worlds that I worked on, and this actual play was originally released on the Wild Die podcast. The reason that we're kind of re-releasing it on here is because we are going to start doing actual plays again. Despite the lockdown, it was something we tend to try to meet up to actually do them because we think it results in better content, but we're going to use this opportunity to do kind of smaller experimental arcs, 2 or 3 episodes a piece, maybe some 1-episode ones as well. We're going to be starting off with a Tunnels and Trolls actual play, then we're going to do some Tuffguys, and then after that Mutant Crawl Classics, and if the lockdown is still going on at that point, we'll do something else as well. But we thought we'd kick it off with a special one-shot for you here of Punted in the Bonce, a Cockney adventure. One thing to bear in mind though is that the original podcast that this was on didn't really allow for bad language, so the bad language has been bleeped in this episode. Welcome ladies and gentlemen, this is an actual play of a brand new adventure, a Cockney adventure called Punted in the Bonce. And we've got some special guests here, special ghosts here today. So I'm going to let them all introduce themselves and say which characters they are playing. We're going to start from the left to the right, which doesn't matter because this is the radio. So first of all, Peter, who are you and what character are you playing?
Alright, yep. So I'm Pete. My character's Massive Steve. He's a second-hand car salesman. He's a bit brash and he's a bit arrogant.
Very good. And yes, next up, Sean. What is your character? What is your name, Sean? Sean?
My name is Sean, and my character's name is Torpedo, aka Unlucky, aka The Sinker. And he is an ex-Navy guy using his Navy knowledge, and he is a bit old in a tooth, or long in a tooth.
And then lastly, we've got James Clark. You're actually the only non-British player we've got here today, but it's good to have you anyway.
Thank you very much.
Stop it.
Okay, sorry. No, my name's James, and I'm playing Cowboy Clark. Obviously chose him, that's why. He's known for being a bit of a psycho. He's an absolute nutter, and everyone knows it. I talk a big game, and I'm obsessed with American culture.
Yeah, but let's talk about your character.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's him.
All right.
He's just a crazy mother.
Yeah, so it says on the guy's description that he's basically the nutter down the pub that nobody wants to hang out with. So all the characters know each other from the Duke, which is a pub in the East End of London. So we might as well get on with it then. This is Punted in the Bonce. As Macbeth said to Hamlet in A Midsummer Night's Dream, "We've been done up like a couple of kippers." And that quote comes from Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses. It's a Wednesday afternoon, the perfect time for getting absolutely munted in the Duke, the party's local pub. In the Boozer, the locals are getting a bit rowdy. Some bloke in the corner is fast asleep. Knock-off Nick is trying to break dance, as anyone would after a few pints, but it's all good, because spirits are high. West Ham have just won the footy, and after one last pint, the party leave the pub and decide to drive home. After all, they ain't had that much, only 3 or 4 pints. The drive home is the usual bollocks. Few cans in the back of the car, mad tunes and classic bands. It all comes to a sudden stop as the car swerves across the road and smashes into a bloody expensive looking Bentley Mulsanne. Everything goes quiet except for a hubcap slowly spinning to a halt in the middle of the road. Out of the chewed up and buggered Bentley steps Jimmy the Shoe and his right hand man Dan the Daggerman from Dagenham. The party all know these two men. Everyone does. They're the most feared gangsters in all of London. These are men you do not say no to. Jimmy calmly approaches with the Daggerman looming behind him, demands to see each of your wallets, takes your IDs, and tells you that you have 2 days to come up with 100 grand for repairs, or the Daggerman will have his way with you. With this, Jimmy the Shoe calls in a replacement car and leaves you by the roadside in the middle of Peckham. So you guys do what any self-respecting punter would do in this situation and return to the pub to get a few more lagers in. You discuss various plans, all of which are complete bollocks, and start larguing. But when you stop to take a sip of your drinks, you overhear some geezer on the table next to you. He's talking to his mate about how he works for Securicorps, and there's a massive amount of cash being moved through London tomorrow, and it has to make a brief stop over in the Peckham post office. Your eyes light up. We start outside the post office the next day at 1 p.m. in a rubbish motor that you bought off some geezer for cash. You're about to do a robbery with a bunch of replica guns that Shifty Jeff got off his mate down the army surplus place. You might be the most underqualified goons in the whole of East London, but if you don't come up with the cash soon, you're going to be brown bread. And what's worse, it's going to be at the hands of Dan the Daggerman from Dagenham. So the plan is simple. Go in, wave some fake weapons about, put the frighteners in them, and quickly drive it over to Jimmy's place in North London. So each member of the team has a animal mask of your choice. So, James, what is the cowboy, the psycho Clark?
Cowboy Psycho Clark has a dog face, and in actual fact, it's a pug.
Nice. Sean, what is Torpedo? What's his mask look like, man?
His mask is a dolphin mask.
Nice. And Pete?
And Massive Steve's is a penguin mask.
Cool. All right. So,
Nice.
yeah, you're standing outside the Peckham post office now. Obviously, it's one of the more secluded ones in London, but for once, it's got this massive amount of cash just sitting in there. You're in your car. You've all got your plastic masks on. You've got your fake guns. You're out there outside the post office. What do you want to do?
Cowboy Clark pipes up and he says, "All right, lads, go on in. We've got to go in there, right? Yeah, we've got to go in there with these guns we got. Yeah, we've got to show him who's boss. Rob them. That's it.
Look at the king of making plans here.
Well, look, mate. You know, I'm not in charge. I don't make the rules, but someone's got to step up. It's going to be me, innit?
Get in, get out, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. He's on it. He knows what I'm talking about. Does he, Massive Steve?
Unlike a torpedo, I get in, I get out. You know, it's pretty hard to turn a torpedo, but
Well,
anyway,
yeah. Usually,
so
just
I'll go up front and you guys be my wingmen.
now. Look, mate. Right,
Torpedoes don't get in and get out, they just get in.
and they stay and they die. Right. I'm the front man. Then here it is, boys. Job's a good one. How's my pug face? Absolutely marvellous, cute as fuck. Love them. Let's go.
I guess that means that Psycho is heading up the team then.
Steve will be behind him assisting with waving the shotgun around.
The replica shotgun, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you head into the post office and you can see that this place is like properly dingy. This hasn't seen a mop in very many years, and it also hasn't seen a refit in very many years. It looks and smells disgusting. There's basically a massive queue of people, and at the other end of the post office, you can see that there's people, some women serving behind the glass counter, and not glass counter, the counter's made of wood. They're sitting behind glass, and you can also see that there's rows of sweets to buy, gifts and things like this, and basically there's a queue of people waiting. As you enter the shop, nobody's noticed you.
Right, I'm just gonna look at Massive Steve and Torpedo, and I'm gonna just wink at them, and I'm gonna make a gesture with my head as to follow me, and then I'm gonna walk to the front of the queue, bypassing everyone. What I want to do is shove my shotgun through the delivery tray that post offices have, and point it at the person. Just say, "Right, this your money."
On the way, I pass the trough of cream eggs and sort of put my hand in and sort of get cream eggs as I go along.
Yeah, and when you're just going to scoop them into your pocket.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, then, because it's on the way, you give me Sean, give me a dex roll for Torpedo to see if how many cream eggs you can get.
Massive Steve is just going to stand in front of the door cover.
7.
So yeah, you get 7 cream eggs, put them in your pocket on the way. Nobody seems to notice you doing this at the moment, but when you get right up to the front, there's this guy, right? And he basically he spies you three, and just before you go to shove the shotgun into the counter, he looks at you and he goes, "Stop your doings, evildoer! 'Tis I, the hero of Peckham!" And you can see this guy's got ginger hair, got thick glasses, and he's just this absolute nerd. And he's pointing a gun at you. and you know this is rare in the east of London. So I want you all to give me a notice roll.
2.
2.
Okay, so everyone got 2. So you, for all intents and purposes, believe that this is a real gun. You can see that all the crowd who are in the queue start to panic now because they've seen you guys in the masks and they've seen this guy in the queue pull a gun out of his jacket. Who's trying to counter you guys, and he's like, he basically knows what's up. He knows there's a robbery, and he just goes, "You shall not be robbing this place today." And you can see the woman behind the counter as well goes, "Oh now, not today of all days!" And she just smashes the counter like that, and she literally, you can hear this crazy alarm go off. But as she does it, you can see that as Massive Steve is by the door, you're just standing sentry. The shutters come down as well, locking you in. She's like, "Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that."
Oh fuck, what the fuck's going on?
She's like, I didn't mean to press the shutter button. I was just supposed to.
You? Oi mate, nice gun you got there.
Yes.
Mine's bigger.
Yours may be bigger, but I am more battle tested. I am the ninja of the streets, the hero of Peckham.
What the f*** are you talking about?
It is I am the paragon of justice, and you evildoers will die today.
Hey Torpedo, mate.
You're just some...
He's f***ing mental.
He's not mental, he's just some little whacked out little kid.
We've got to sort him out, mate.
Somebody bloody do him, for Christ's sake.
No, don't. No. Just.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant knock him out, you bastard.
Can I try and intimidate the gunman?
Yeah, of course you can. What are you gonna say to him?
I'm gonna hold up my gun to him, my shotgun, and say, "Look, mate, put down your f***ing pistol, or she's gonna get real." Got 17, mate.
Well, now that you mention it like that, I suppose.
Get it here then.
Okay. He hands over the pistol and he's like, feeling a little bit intimidated by you, I gotta be honest. I'm just gonna go over here and have a cream egg.
And I'll tell you what.
He goes over to the cream egg display and he's like, "Who took all the cream eggs?"
Is it up for Torpedo to throw a cream egg at the side of his head?
Yes, roll throwing.
0.
The cream egg just goes past his head, and as it goes past, sailing past, it sort of lands at Massive Steve's feet by the door, and then he looks at it and just goes, "Oh."
That's where all the cream eggs went.
Oi, look, mate, you Peckham bitch, right? How about you do the legwork, get money, go over there, get some money.
I will not. No, I will not be here. No. You've already
Do you want me to pull these triggers?
No, you've already convinced me to back down. I will not be getting the money for you. You can see the woman behind the counter goes, "This is a really inefficient way to do a robbery, right? Because you came in here trying to get the money, now you're trying to convince him to get the money. Shouldn't you be convincing us to get the money?"
Yeah, do that then.
No, I won't.
Cheers, mate,
But
yeah.
no, my point.
What's your name?
Shut up and get the bloody money.
No,
Yeah,
the point.
Steve.
No, the point is, I won't get the money. But I'm
No,
just
but
saying.
Wait a minute, darling. Wait a minute. What's your name?
My name's Sofia.
All right, Sofia. Lovely name.
Thanks.
I visited there once. Great. Get the money though. Get the money. I'll take you out.
Just as you say that, you can see that a guy comes out from the back room, and this guy is he's munching on some biscuits, and they're all over his chin. And this guy looks like sort of just some dough with a face drawn on it and with a tie on, right? And he just comes out. And he's like, "All right,
Fancy boom boom."
Oh God.
Well, I don't particularly appreciate that. I heard we got a situation. Now,
Well, the situation is the money is not in our hands, and you haven't delivered it to us. Your customer service, I heard, was impeccable.
well, thanks. That's all down to me. And Sophie goes, "F off, Tim."
Yeah, Tim. Don't speak badly, says Clark to Sofia.
Right.
Oh, she's a nice girl. She was about to get the money for me, weren't you, babe? Wink, wink.
No, Tim, I weren't. Don't sack me, Tim. I weren't going to do it. Listen, boys. I want to get this situation sorted. And he eats another biscuit. Right. Listen, I don't want to get the money. Believe me, I'm on your side. Believe me, I am.
He's stalling.
Oh, who says I'm stolen?
Oi, Tim, mate.
Believe me,
Get
you
the
are.
money.
No, believe me, I ain't.
I'm going to try and intimidate Tim by pointing the guns at him.
Look, mate, fact of the matter is, nobody's getting the money. That money belongs to me. See, I'm the manager here, and I just want you guys, realistically, right? I just want you guys to piss off, okay?
Well,
I don't want to have to fight you, because I don't know if you know, because this is all muscle, right? And I will kill you. I am a trained weapon, okay?
Who the do you think you are? Knock off Nick?
No, I'm a trained weapon, mate. I could, honestly, I could kill you if I wanted to.
you don't want to see why they call Massive Steve Massive Steve. It ain't 'cause he's massive.
What? Why is it then?
It's 'cause of my massive cock.
No, the other thing. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Steve? Jesus.
Well,
shut up.
so his name's Steve then, is
Get the
it?
money.
No.
So he's called Steve.
No, Massive Steve.
All right. Well, that's you're giving away sort of a vital piece of.
A bunch of idiots.
So you got yourself in a sticky wicket here.
Alright, Psycho, shoot him in the leg.
Which gun are you using to shoot him? Are you using your replica or the gun that the guy pointed at you?
In that moment, I would have just gone for the one in my main hand.
Okay, so you fire the replica, I'm assuming.
Sorry.
So you're firing the replica.
Yeah.
You click the shotgun and it just goes, and he goes, "You fucking idiot! It's fucking on." Right, we're going into combat. Yeah, all the crowd at this point sort of start converging on you as Cowboy Psycho Clark first.
I'm going to realise my mistake and then go to fire the pistol at him instead.
Roll shooting, please. So yeah, you got 0. So that means that what happens is that you pull the trigger on the gun, and it doesn't make the typical noise a gun makes. It goes like that, and you can see hot sauce come out the end. This was clearly a homemade weapon. The guy was planning to attack you by spraying you in the eyes with hot sauce in a water pistol, and it goes on some of Tim's biscuit, and he just eats it, and he goes, "Oh, lovely."
It's Torpedo next.
What's he going to do?
Use my Colt 1911.
Yes, so Torpedo has a real gun that he kept from the Navy. He's only got 3 bullets left, but you're going to use that, yeah?
I'm going to use 1 bullet on him to the leg. 8.
Okay, so roll your damage and add a d6.
19.
You f***ing obliterate his leg. Basically, you blast him in the shin, and his foot is like nearly hanging off at this point. He's on the floor, and he basically just he starts screaming. He's like, I'm sorry. All right. I did it. I'm sorry. Torpedo,
what the f*** are you doing?
I just meant to hurt him a little bit.
Me!
Sorry.
Jesus!
Actually, now all the crowd that were converging on you, they all back right the fuck off. They don't want anything to do with this anymore, and he's clutching on his leg, which is gushing with blood. All the women that were behind the counters, behind the protective glass, they've backed off as well, and they're gasping. They're like. And he's just on the floor. He's like, "Oh my leg, and then he looks to his left and he's, my biscuits." They're all on the floor. They're covered in blood too. They're ruined.
Right, this moment.
So this is the worst day of his bloody life.
Right, now you've seen what we're capable of. Get the money. We wanted to do this quickly and without any casualties. Get the money.
What's that?
Go.
Wait, what's that? Get my mummy.
Get your money.
Get
the money.
Okay, get the mummy. Got it.
Tim, mate, I don't think you're in any position to take the fucking piss, are you?
Yeah, no.
You probably
I'm sorry. Yeah,
want to call an ambulance for yourself.
An ambulance.
Yeah, later though.
Yeah.
Get the money first.
He seems like he's really confused and dazed. So what he does is you see him start crawling towards the back room.
Sovia.
Yeah.
Sort out the money, babe. Didn't mean to come to this.
Alright, yeah. I'll do that, yeah. You see her sort of go up to the door and let him in, and he drags himself through the back the door to the back, and when he comes back out eventually, you can see him sort of come back out. It takes roughly maybe about 5 minutes for him to get the money. It's like one of the most tense 5 minutes of your life because you're just waiting for that sound of sirens, but it takes longer than you think. But the fact that you shot him in the leg, the fact that you scared them, and all of this, the fact that you scared the other bloke and all of that, it appears to have worked because he comes out with a massive duffel bag full of money, right? And just on top of it is a DVD of The Mummy. And he just goes, "Sorry about that, lads. It's just a little joke for you there.
Fuck.
Thought it might cheer up the situation. I think I'm gonna die."
Well, if you don't, mate, I'll look you up. You're a f***ing
No, I don't want to ever see you again.
Tim.
But I just thought maybe I'd check.
Call an ambulance, you'll be fine. I didn't.
No, I think I'm a bit woozy.
Look, Tim, mate, you taking a biscuit? Pun intended.
Look, one of the staff, Sandra.
I think I'm gonna.
Look, Tim,
Just tell her.
Tim, it's all right. What do you need, mate? What do you, am I?
Cream egg.
Am I?
Just go over to give me a cream egg.
I want to sort of grab him, like, and look at him as if he's a fallen comrade. And be like, Tim, no, Tim, it's gonna be all right.
No, don't touch me.
No, Tim, mate.
No, get off.
You want cream egg?
No, I don't want one.
Pedo.
Give him a cream egg, Torpedo.
Here you go.
Thanks. Actually, I do want one. I've decided now.
I'm cradling him.
He eats it in one go. Like it's a single bite, and it's disgusting.
With the foil.
Yeah. And as he's eating it, he's like, I don't want to say. No, actually, I don't think I am going to die. I think I'm just in a lot of pain.
Good to hear. Anyway, that's out.
Yeah, you can suddenly hear the sound of sirens, and he's like, no, the shutter system. There's a problem with it. This is why I was trying to lighten the mood, because...
Go out back then.
No, wait a minute. The trouble is, I was trying to lighten the mood, because I thought when she'd find out, you would beat the shit out of me. And when Zovia pounded the button, she pounded it so hard, out of fear, that she destroyed it, and now all the shutters are down, and we can't seem to get them to come up. But you got the Mummy DVD, though, right? Right, guys?
Yeah, but we can't.
You don't want to kill your old buddy Tim?
Actually, can I do a notice to see if there's anything? Can we get in the ceiling? Can we hide anywhere that's actually plausible? Not that I would probably be able to determine it.
Give you a notice roll.
What's 6?
Yeah, you can see that the ceiling tiles are those ones that you can just push out, and you could conceivably hide in there with if you could climb up there. Yeah.
Right, let's hop up. Let's have a look and see if there's an escape route through the roof.
Yeah, if you give me a climb roll, you can climb the photo machine to get into the tiles.
Can I pick up the duffel bag before doing so, please?
Yeah, of course. So you pick up the duffel bag full of money. So you've got the money to pay back Jimmy the Shoe.
Yeah.
So that's a given,
Cool.
but you've got to get out of there now.
Torpedoes quickly snatches the mummy up.
Okay, so you've got the Mummy on DVD. Make sure you write that in your equipment. That might come in handy.
Oh yeah.
I got 7 minus 2.
Got 3.
1.
Okay, so basically what happens is Cowboy tries to climb the photo machine, does so and gets up to the tiles, but then as Massive Steve and Torpedo try to climb at the same time, they sort of slip about. It's all dusty up there, and they just slip, and they fall into a rack of greeting cards, knocking it over. For some reason, this falls onto a bunch of the patrons that were in the post office, and they scream at it. I don't know why. They've seen way worse today, but they just go as like all these cards fall on them, and that's basically what happens. So yeah, you could try again if you wanted to, but you didn't manage. You didn't manage to climb the machine.
Yeah, can I push the ceiling tile up, do a notice, see if I can sort of shimmy in?
Yeah, you could quite easily hide up there. It's just sort of an empty space up there. So you get in, you hide. Cowboy is now hiding.
Want to try and climb up?
Okay, yeah, give me another climb roll.
3 minus 2, sorry, 1.
Okay, so with a 1, Massive Steve has now failed again, and you can hear the sirens are now even closer. With all this wasted time, you can hear from the outside. There's some sort of indiscriminate chatter coming from some sort of megaphone.
What the bloody hell did he say?
Come on, guys, fucking hell, Jesus, come up here!
I can't climb.
Again, you muppet!
You can hear that the shutters outside are being bashed in.
We better up to it, as they say in the Navy. I'm out of here. 11.
Okay, nice. You can see that basically Torpedo at this point, he's like a rocket up there. As the shutters start to get bashed in, he literally like a torpedo. He basically shoots up there. He starts to panic, and this old man just climbs up into the ceiling, and you just see him shoot through one of the tiles, and he somehow lives up to the opposite of his name and gets lucky this time. He's up there. So you can see that the shutters are now severely getting dented, Massive Steve, and they're about to converge. They're probably going to get in soon. Can you make this climb? Okay, so you've got one more, Benny. Do you want to use that?
No. Massive Steve's going to take his mask off.
Yep.
He's going to throw the replica shotgun somewhere. so it can't be seen pretty easily.
Okay.
And he's going to plonk down next to the hostages and act like a hostage.
Okay, cool.
And I'm sorry, whilst he's doing that, I'll say, if any of you say anything, I'll kill you.
Okay, roll intimidation, please.
21.
As you sit down amongst all of the punters down there, basically, you can see they are terrified of you, and one of them starts to wet himself, and this sort of pool of piss basically like floods the floor.
Pull yourself together, man.
But you know that you've done a good job, and this is amazing. And the police manage to bash in the shutters, and they get through.
Whilst they bash through, I'm going to have my hands in the air going, help!
Yeah. Okay, you do so, and then the police basically manage to smash a hole into the flimsy shutters, smash through the front door of the post office, and one of them comes in and goes, "What the fuck's going on here, mate? What the fuck?" And then you can see another one come in, and he's got his billy club in front of him, and he says, "Wouldn't want to face a shotgun without one of these. What's going on? Where are the robbers?"
It was the Peckham man.
So you're pointing to the guy that tried to stand up to you earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay, so roll persuasion.
I got a 2.
Well, I don't know about that. Yes, he looks like a stand-up individual to me.
He's not. He threatened us with a gun.
Well, we'll have to talk this over at the station. In the meantime, did you see where any of the others went? And you could see that that all of the people are just staying quiet. None of them really know what to do at this point. They're all just stunned into silence. And the other guy's like, "What the fuck is going on here? Why is everyone being so bloody quiet?" "All of yous are staying quiet. Nobody's saying anything. You, high-pitched voice bloke.
Yeah.
You've been talking an awful lot. You've been gabbing, right? Everyone else is staying quiet. Are you alright into something? I know it.
I'm not.
Come here, let me search you."
Alright.
Right, he's going to pat you down. "Why can I smell piss? Who pissed?
I'll point towards the guy that pissed.
Why have you done that?
I don't know.
Why are you answering for him?" You can see the person. You can see the person speak up, and he's like, "Well, I was a little bit scared, and Okay, he pats you down, and he finds your cigars, and he's like, doesn't appear to be wackulous tobaculous, but nonetheless, you want to quit these, son?
Oh no, my wife's been telling me that for years.
You're married?
Yes.
With a voice like that?
Yes.
Right.
It's a source of embarrassment around the family, I can tell you that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have a quick look around here. You go sit back down there with the rest of them, alright?
Okay.
I've got my eye on you, son.
Massive Steve slips back down on the floor.
Okay, so the two policemen walk around casually, and they sort of like walk around slowly and have a good look around, and you can see them looking at every corner, and you can see that the other guy, not the one that just searched you, but the other one, he goes and he's looking around, and he walks around one of the places with all the sweets on it, and he looks around, and it was where you were standing just before with the shotgun, and he goes, "Oh my god! You've got to see this, Jeff." And the guy walks around and he goes, What is it?" "They're out of cream eggs. Can you believe that?" Hell. I never thought we would come to this. But wait, what's this? A shotgun. Right, whose is this?
I'll roll notice in the meantime to check for any sort of exits up top.
You don't notice any exits, man.
Alright, cool.
Unfortunately, you're having a good look around there. You're going to have to come up with something quick.
How many police officers are there actually inside?
2.
It's alright if I use swimming to dive through and dive onto them.
You could, yeah, I don't see why not. Screw it. Yeah, go on then. Because it's a dive manoeuvre, yeah, you could dive through the tiles and dive onto one of them, yeah. First of all, give me a notice to see if you can determine where they are, because you're just listening, and then we'll do swimming to do the dive.
5.
Yeah, you determine that one of them is directly beneath you.
12.
Damage.
15. Torpedo!
Okay, yeah, you basically out and out destroy this bloke. You as you yell torpedo and just plunge through the tile. The one that not the one that searched Massive Steve, but the other one, you just plunge onto him, immediately breaking his neck, and the guy just dies straight away.
It's meant to knock him out a bit, you know.
He's unlucky in the best way.
Yeah, and the other guy just goes, "What the hell? What is this?" And he just looks at you, and you're just looking at him with his dolphin mask on, and he just says, "I think I might have found the robbers." Oh no, wait, he's dead. Right, stop.
I'm gonna act all senile at this point. Is this not the swimming pool? Hello?
Okay.
Hello? He starts putting a finger in his ear.
Okay, we're going to go into combat. First turn is going to be Torpedo once again. So you're now standing next to the other copper, the grizzled one.
Torpedo's going to use his fighting to smush a cream egg into his eyes.
That'll be an agility trick, so all you need to do is roll your agility, and it'll be against his agility.
I got 14.
Well, he got a crit fail, so he just goes, "What do you mean, is this a swimming pool?" Ah!
Cream egg palm!
Got all this horrible, fondant in his eyes, and he's just going, "Ah, why? Why did I have to be fondant? Why today?" And he's just he's clawing, trying to get out of his eyes. He's now shaken. So, next up is going to be Cowboy Psycho Clark.
Cowboy is going to drop down.
Yeah.
He's gonna just try and do it gracefully.
Okay, just roll agility.
Crit fail.
Okay, yeah, you do it spectacularly ungracefully, and as you land on Tim Webb, aka Biscuit Boy, the manager, and he just goes, "Oh,
what? Sorry, Tim."
No, don't worry about it, mate. No, it's fine.
Am I close to the blind copper?
Yeah.
Can I try and disarm him? 4.
Yeah, that's done. That's a success, mate. You've snatched the gun out of his hand, and you've now got a Colt 911. All right, sweet. So yeah, you've taken his gun, and he's like, "F***, where's me gun?"
Nowhere.
Who said that?
Your mum.
No, it didn't say. That's awfully. No, please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I was one day from retirement, and you can tell by the look of him, he's extremely young. That he clearly wasn't.
Well, why don't you just let us leave and we'll say nothing more?
Yeah, all right. I'll let you leave. But not before giving you one of these. And he tries to swing round, and he just starts slapping randomly, right? And doesn't manage to hit a single one of you. And he's like, "Oh, right.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, you know what? Think about it. I will let you go, and just you guys can go. Yeah, all right. Sorry about what I just did just then when I was trying to hit you.
No worries.
Let's run the out.
See you later.
Let's go, guys."
You go through the hole that the police made with their battering ram. Outside, you can see that there's a car parked there, and you can see that a police car, obviously, and the battering ram has obviously made quite a significant dent, and followed by a hole. You can see that they actually only sent one police car in response to this, usually because obviously that Peckham post office would only carry a small amount of cash. So you're actually in good stead there. So your car is sitting right next to it. Engine on, gassed up, ready to go.
I'll drive.
Cool.
No, lads, Jesus, that was crazy. That could have gone worse.
Hey, Torpedo, mate.
Oh.
Me and you got to have a chat.
What?
That's mental what you did.
I didn't mean to do it. I just meant to hurt him a bit. When I dived on him, I didn't mean to crush him and kill him. I just meant to knock him out.
Now, I'm not going to lie, though, but it was great. But
We're talking about the gun. What are you doing carrying around a gun?
Well, I got it from the Navy. You know, I'm a Navy man. I shoot things. I used to. I used to box as well.
You're some kind of bloody idiot, aren't you? You
Yeah.
blew his bloody leg off.
You townie. Right, look.
Shut up.
Let's just get back, divide this up. I'm fed up.
wait, we're not dividing up. We've got to pay the prick, don't we?
We got to pay off our debt, otherwise we're dead.
We're paying that off. We're not running away.
Come on, mate. Do you know who we're dealing with? Do you remember?
Yeah, I know who we're
Well,
dealing with. That's exactly why we run the fuck away.
Where are we gonna run to, though?
Fine, let's face the music.
Okay, so you carry on the drive to Jimmy the Shoes club in North London.
Can I count the money as we are driving?
Of course you can. Yeah, you can count that there's about 200 grand in there. And you actually only need 100, so there might actually be some left over for you in the end.
I'll tell these guys.
Yeah, so basically you've got the wedge, you've munted it into the bag, you're punting your way up to North London to Jimmy's nightclub to hand it over. It's going to be a flipping cakewalk.
Can I drive at the speed limit to make sure I'm not attracting attention?
That's perfectly fine, yeah. A normal drive would not require a roll, so yeah, you're just doing normal driving, not attracting any attention. It's all good.
You know what, lads? You know what I'm gonna do when I get back with all this dollar back in the pub? You know what I'm gonna do?
What? I'm gonna migrate, innit? I'm gonna migrate, go to the US of A. Alright? I love that place. But I'll probably have a drink first. But I reckon I'm gonna do that, you know? I really kind of like, you know, just like the cities. And like the women, and they got hooters out there, mate. We don't have any hooter restaurants here. I love it.
Well, there's Slippery Sam's.
Slippery Sands, yeah, that. But nah, I'm just gonna go out there, you know, live the high life, maybe, you know, go to LA and all that jazz. You know, find myself a nice broad. You know what I'm saying? Gonna settle down, have some kids. Probably rob a couple banks. Wait a minute, getting off track there. Have kid. Maybe no kids.
Well, the rest of this drive's going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? It's alright to put magic on.
Alright, yeah, I'll put the radio on.
You see a hatchback containing 3 men wearing animal masks. Please be wary and stay vigilant. They are very dangerous criminals.
So as you're driving along and you switch the radio on, basically you can see that there's a police car that starts driving up again behind you, and as of yet they haven't put the sirens on, but they're just driving up behind you, and then all of a sudden it does that thing, you know, where they just go, yeah, just to get you to pull over to the side of the road, and they're indicating to get you to pull over to the side of the road.
Oh shit!
And then yeah, he's doing it again. He's trying to get you to pull over.
Just pull over, act natural.
Sure, no problem. I'm going to put the indicator light on and try and find a safe place to pull over.
Yeah, you're in the middle of London by this point, and you're basically you pull over outside sort of a one of those authentic Jamaican supermarkets. And as you pull up next to it, there's plenty of people just sort of looking around, nosing, trying to see what's going on. You know, yeah. Crowds of people thinking that something dramatic is going on.
Before the police come up, I want to whisper to one of them, hide the bag somewhere it can't be seen.
The cowboy had the bag, right?
Yeah, I'll just put it in between my legs, and I'm going to start acting mentally disabled.
As you guys pull over at the side of the road, basically the policeman walks up to the car, and one of them gets out, the other one remains in the car, as is the usual practice, and he approaches the vehicle, and he just knocks on the window and he goes, "What, lads, mind if I ask you just step out of the car, please?"
Look, we can't step out of the car, we've got to get this guy to hospital, he's had a concussion.
Oh no, well that does look awfully serious. Roll persuade, please.
11.
Yeah, we're calling him an ambulance actually, mate, because legally you shouldn't be driving this car. We can't let you go with this car, I'm afraid, but we'll get you an ambulance, alright? I'm just going to go back to the partner, and I'll get you an ambulance, but do not move the car. I want to see you step out, okay? And he points to Massive Steve. If you recall, earlier on, you bought this car for cash off somebody to do the robbery with, and he goes, yeah, can't let you leave, unfortunately, but we're going to get you an ambulance as soon as we can, alright? And he goes back to his partner, and you can see him talking through the window, standing outside the car, and he's periodically looking back at you guys in the car. Okay, you can see he starts approaching your car again. He starts walking back towards your car.
Yeah, you better start talking.
Yeah, and he starts walking as you guys are standing out on the street, and he just walks up and he goes, "All right, lads, yeah, the ambulance is on his way, all right?" And he looks at Cowboy Clark doing all these weird facial expressions and contorting his body and that. He's like, "Don't worry, mate, don't worry, we're gonna get you somebody. Don't worry about it, all right? It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right."
Listen, we need to get into the hospital fast. Some good Samaritan gave us the car. We need to get it back to them.
All right, the ambulance is on the way.
No, we just need
Look,
to go now.
you stopped us. He's dying.
The car's uninsured, mate.
Yeah, you're in it. No, look, look.
The car's
I
uninsured,
didn't
mate.
know it was uninsured when it was given to me.
Right, well, unfortunately that's not my problem, mate. You got no insurance on the car.
Look, can we just?
Hang on, what's that? What are these masks on the floor in here?
Like I said, it's someone else's car.
He has a
They lent it to
fascination.
us.
Give me a persuade roll, please, Massive Steve.
14.
So these aren't your masks.
No.
What's this duffel bag?
It's just a nondescript duffel bag.
You've got it on you, but just a nondescript duffel bag.
Yeah, you know. Just got.
Right, I'm going to break out a character and I'm just going to pistol whip him in the face.
Okay, so roll fighting, please, bruv.
I've got 7.
So roll your damage.
Oh, I've got 3.
And basically it just hits his cop helmet, and it just goes. It just basically hits his cop helmet and bounces off. It just sort of annoys him a bit. What the hell did you do that for?
I'm going to look at him and go,
No, this ain't working, mate. You're all under arrest. Right,
Cheese it.
turn around.
I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna jump in the car.
trying to dex away.
Speed away.
Okay, everyone give me an agility roll to see if you can cheese it away from the cop.
Right.
Sharpedo with a 15.
I've got a 21.
Yeah, so basically what happens is Massive Steve slides across the bonnet and into the driver's seat. Sharpedo dives into the back, and then we got Cowboy just quickly slams into the passenger seat. I think you're gonna have to give me a driving roll. Let's see if you can get away in time. You managed to get into the car and away from the police officer, but can you drive it?
I got 9.
Massive Steve slams the car into first gear, then second, then third, and then screech. You're going down the road. You are absolutely bombing it. You can see the policeman scrambling to get back to his car, trying to give chase to you guys, but it don't matter because you're already away and down the street. You're bombing it down the road, right? And in order to get that through down the road, you have to go between these 2 cars, and between the cars is a little dog sitting in the middle of the road.
No! Steve Westie's in the road. Fuck dog.
No, we gotta make up time.
I'll quickly fire my gun to get the dog to go away.
Yeah, the dog gets out of the way, and you screech out of the way.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't believe it. We almost killed him. Or her.
We almost killed us.
Look, mate, us wouldn't matter.
Who gives a damn about a bloody dog when my life's
Well, I
on the
won't go
line?
that far, but
Master
you know.
Steve, don't you
When
fuck
my life's
me
on
like
the
that.
line.
Bloody.
Alright, let's just drop this and keep going.
Mate.
Calm down, Clarky.
Getting too old for this.
You are, mate.
Shut up.
Okay, you guys are absolutely bombing it down the road. You've definitely got away from the police now.
Slow down.
Yeah, so you start driving safely, and you're doing all right now. But as you get to sort of a junction with some traffic lights, another car pulls up, and there's a car full of people wearing balaclavas, and they just pull up next to you and they just look in.
I'm going to point my gun at them.
Yeah, the guy points a gun back.
I'm just going to pop a shot into the car.
As he's shooting, Massive Steve's gonna dip his head down.
Got 4.
So roll your dams. Yeah, you manage to take out the driver, and then the light turns green.
Jesus!
And as you guys start driving off, you can see that the guy in the passenger seat basically is trying to he tries to kick the driver out of the front seat, and he jumps over and he's trying to give chase to you guys.
I'm gonna put my foot down on
Yeah,
the
so-
accelerator.
Put your foot down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into combat order now. Okay, so first up is going to be Torpedo with the Joker. So behind you is their car, and you're obviously in the back seat of your car. So you can see these guys are chasing you down. You don't know why.
Alright. Torpedo is gonna fire at the engine.
Okay, yeah, your last bullet. As you do so, as you lean out the window of your gun, the driver of this car, now who was previously the passenger, leans out with a megaphone. He's wearing a balaclava, but you can hear his voice, and he just says,
Attention! All I wish for is the money.
Off!
You shot it. Yeah, you basically shot the car in the engine, and you can see it starting to smoke, and you can see the guy in the front go, "Ah! No!" Okay, Psycho with the ace.
I'm going to take a shot at the. I got a 3.
So next up is going to be the car. So the driver basically is gonna try to catch up. Yeah, he does so. He's basically level with you guys now, and they're going to take a few pop shots at you. So, and they drive up with a pistol, shoot Torpedo in the arm, and giving him 2 wounds.
Would you look? Would you just f off?
Down, Torpedo.
Who are these guys, man?
All we require is the money.
We need to lose them.
Can I see if I can recognise his voice?
Yeah, just give me a smarts roll.
I've got 5.
Yeah, you know it's the guy from the post office.
It's that Peckham prick, isn't it?
It's the superhero from earlier with the gun with the hot sauce gun.
The little nerdy kid.
Yeah, that wanker.
That little prick.
How did he get gun?
I have my sources.
Like, Massive Steve's going to pull the handbrake up and anchor it straight to a halt.
Okay, yeah, you do that, and he just speeds forward. So it gives you quite an advantage here. And then what are you going to do?
I'm just going to take the next turn into whichever direction and just try and lose him.
Okay, give me a driving roll, please, mate.
7. You skid a hard right into sort of like a back alley behind some sort of Japanese restaurant, and you knock over some boxes because that's sort of like a done thing, sending them flying into the air, and you just go through the alley. A bunch of people sort of dodge quickly out of the way of your car, and you're through to the other side. I hoot the horn as I'm doing because I'm going through the alley.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you do so. And basically, when you get to the other side, you're back onto another main road, but you've lost the other guys. You guys surmise that most probably these guys were another team of people that knew you had the money, and they knew where you were going, and they were from the post office, basically. So, yeah. You've now back on the main road.
How close are we to our destination?
You're almost there.
So let's go and pay the money and get the out.
I'm going to divide the money
Okay.
at this point. So 100 in the duffel bag, 100, I don't know, in the belt or in the car.
So, after your encounter in the alley and your sort of showdown with those guys trying to take the money off of you, you divide the money up and you head back to Jimmy the Shoe's place, and fortunately there's no more drama on the way back. It seems to be fine.
Looks like we made a nice cool 33k each, lads. Well done.
I didn't know you could do math.
Yeah, I didn't know you do maths.
Well, I work in a car showroom, don't I? I have to deal with finances every day.
Mate, you just bunch the numbers, didn't you?
You schmooze it.
Always, mate. You know me.
As you're having this conversation, standing outside Jimmy the Shoe's nightclub, which is called Bongo Strongos, you basically you can see it's the door is like has 2 sentries standing by it, and they're built like gigantic wardrobes of men with ponytails, and they're just like, "Excuse me, mate. You guys need anything, or you just gonna stand here chatting with you in nondescript duffel bag all night?"
Oh yeah, this is for Jimmy.
All right, is he expecting you?
Yes.
He gets on his walkie-talkie and he's like, "Jimmy, yeah, I got 3 dickheads out here for you. Yeah, we got an old, a lot weird looking, and then we got another."
I think he's talking about you, Steve.
No, I think he's talking about you, dickhead.
Yeah, I'll send them up now. Yeah. He says go up.
Right, cheers, mate.
You head through his through a bunch of like hallways, and the whole thing is like massively lavishly decorated, and when you get to his office, it's a massive thing with one of these like antique desks, and he's got all these like drinks cabinets and things like this, and there's just like a gun sitting on the table, and behind him the massive looming figure of Dan the Daggerman from Dagenham is just standing behind him, and you get there and he just says, Well, boss, I didn't expect you to actually do it. And he's laughing. He's just laughing his ass off. He's like, you know, I gave you this mission because I just thought you weren't going to do it. Honestly, the repairs on my car weren't even worth 100 grand. They weren't even worth that, to be honest with you.
I knew they weren't.
Yeah, it was a lot less, but I thought what would happen is I'd give you a mission you couldn't possibly do, and then in a day's time I'd get to beat some folk up. That was what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, well, we done it. You can't beat us up now. Here's your money.
Well, Massive Steve. Give it a rest, because I could beat you up if I still wanted to, but I don't want to anyway now. Because I got 100 grand, I got my car fixed, I'm happy. Okay?
Alright.
Cheers, Jimmy.
But, considering what a bang-up job you've done, I'll be calling on your services in the future.
Well,
I will be calling on them.
Yeah, but not as like debt,
well, my file of
but
facts
like as
is
a
pretty
favour to you, like.
As a dangerous favour, yeah. I will be calling on them. And
What's
you
the
can see
bunch like?
the bunce is going to be pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. And Danny Daggerman, you can see him just go... and he just goes, oh yeah, I'll be calling on you guys again.
Well, I mean, you can't really call on me because I'll go to the doctors, I've got a bad hip, gotta get my hip replaced, and then I'll be out of work for 6 months, and then after that, my file of facts...
Torpedo! Shut up. You'll be doing a mission for me soon. Now get out of my office before I have to break your fingers.
It's not going to be for the next couple of weeks.
Well,
'cause
actually-
I'm getting out of here for a little while and whilst the heat dies down.
Well, actually, now that you mentioned broken things, I've got arthritis as well.
F*** Torpedo, you're gonna talk all day.
You're just a bag of excuses, Torpedo.
You're a bag of fucking cunts, that's what you are. Get out of my fucking office.
Jimmy.
What?
You're looking great, mate.
Thanks.
Look, see you later, mate. Yeah.
Right, fuck off. And that's Punted in the Bonce.